The new iPad Pro M1 is here. Another year and another iPad Pro released by Apple. In this video, I will share my thoughts from an illustrator's perspective as someone that uses the iPad daily for her client work. A few months ago, I made a full video comparing all the iPads you can get depending on the use you plan to give it. In that video, I talked about all the iPad lineup, my iPad of choice, and a few recommendations for you. If you haven't seen it, please be sure to check it out after this video. I will leave the link below and in the screen somewhere. In April this year, Apple announced the new iPad Pro M1, and the very same day I was asked a lot if I was planning to upgrade my current iPad Pro, so I wanted to share some thoughts in this video and maybe help someone if you have doubts about it. If you are new to this channel, I'm a digital illustrator and Procreate on iPad is my main tool for professional work at the moment. During the past years, I have been consistently working and creating illustration work for my clients using my iPad Pro, and so far I've been able to perfectly deliver high professional quality work. There are many reasons why I prefer to use the iPad, and yes, Procreate on the iPad is perfectly capable of delivering professional quality artwork. For some context, I currently own two iPad Pro, one 4th generation with 1TB hard drive and my old 3rd generation with 256GB that I keep as a backup, just in case. Now, when it comes to the new iPad Pro, the question remains: will I be upgrading from my current iPad? Should you make the upgrade? Is it worth it? First, as I shared in my last video, the kind of iPad you need will depend on the work you'll do with it, and this video is made from the perspective of an illustrator. If you are just starting out and you have no plans to do illustration professionally, then I wouldn't recommend you buying any iPad Pro unless you are okay with the price. You can buy the iPad Air instead, as it's perfectly capable to support you through those first illustration steps and creating illustration as a hobby. Even the new iPad mini would work for that matter. I will leave all the links below to the iPads I'm mentioning here. The new iPad Pro M1 is great. I mean, I'm not a super technical person, but I can tell by the benchmarks the MacBook M1 had that it's going to have great performance. But when it comes to the things I use on a daily basis and properties I care for as an illustrator, I couldn't care less for most of the features Apple announced with this new iPad. Let's start with the easy stuff, the camera, for example. I don't think the best camera on the iPad is really necessary for illustrators and for the kind of work that we do. The same with 5G network. I never owned an iPad with mobile connectivity, although I understand that some might find this very cool. Now, the design of the iPad is kind of the same, so I see no significant improvements there. This leaves us with two key features and the price. My iPad 4th generation has a fantastic screen. I mean, every iPad now has a really incredible one. The refresh rate is perfect on all new iPad screens since 2019. The colors are accurate, it looks nice, and it has everything I need as a professional illustrator. Nothing to complain about here. The new liquid retina display in the new iPad is cool, but not something what I think will significantly change the way we as illustrators work. The other feature everyone is very hyped about is the new M1 processor, and here is where it becomes tricky. If you are an illustrator, I honestly think that there is no much advantage you can take from this new processor, at least with the current apps. Right now, there is no app that can, in my opinion, use it to its full power. Well, maybe Adobe Fresco will be a bit less laggy, but that's it. Procreate works amazingly on the 4th generation iPads or all the other iPads. Also, Affinity works great. So, in my opinion, having this new powerful processor won't really improve my work, at least for now, as I'm pretty happy with my current 4th generation iPad. Then there is the price. Here in the Netherlands, I'm currently based in Amsterdam, a new iPad Pro M1, Wi-Fi and with 1 terabyte of space will cost as much as 1,800 euros. The features I will get are just not enough for me investing that much money at all. In fact, I will be upgrading to the new iMac M1 for about the same price, as I haven't updated my computer for some time now. So, would I recommend someone to upgrade, especially if you're an illustrator? Not so much, at least not right now. Even if you don't have an iPad and want to get an iPad Pro for professional work, I would say buy the 4th generation with 1 terabyte and you will be just fine. Please let me know in the comments what you think about it. What I've just shared is based on my personal opinion and comes from a professional that uses the iPad daily to create illustration work. Don't get me wrong, the new iPad is absolutely fantastic. If you edit videos, it might be a good alternative, or if you use an app that requires heavy processing like animation, then it might make sense investing almost 2,000 euros for the high-tier model. For me, I think I will be getting the new iMac with a huge screen and the same M1 chip for almost the same money. Let me know if you'd like to see a video of that iMac when I get it, and I see you in the next video.